how did you get, yeah, how did you come to get heroes, to get the job, to, you know, what was it like at the beginning, all the wonderful characters you had to write for?
Oh, okay, well, the way Wendy and I both got the job was because we were already working with Tim Crane on Crossing Jordan, which was a totally different kind of show, but Tim took us out to dinner one night and said, I have this idea, and sort of described this show about people discovering they had superpowers and you know, these abilities, and anyway, he said, I'd really love it if you guys wanted to do the music for it, and you know, we of course said, yeah, absolutely. And I read the script. We saw a pilot. You know, several months went by, and when we saw the original pilot, it was actually extremely sophisticated and very spiritual, high-minded, and I really thought it doesn't have a chance. It's not going to do anything. It's, you know, well, thanks anyway, Tim. You know, but we'll do the pilot. And since then, it was edited. It was a originally 2-hour pilot, and you know, we cut out a bunch of stuff and rewrote some things. And it was still, I think, really a fine piece of work. As far as writing for the characters goes, I mean, it was so fantastic. It's been really a composer's dream to work on the show because we've been able to do everything from really super thematic stuff to sound design, and we didn't even have a sound effects department until this last season. So we were doing exactly the same thing as you guys did. We were, you know, just every sound in there was something that we made up and made out of things, you know, and the duduk is really hard to play.
Play well, it's hard.
Oh my God. I have a sample that I used, which came into play later in the seasons, because same kind of thing with each character would have a sound, an instrument, a theme. You know, this whole gestalt would come with each character, and I'm currently running out of things. I don't know if Heroes is going to be picked up or not, but it's really, and the great thing about it is after the first couple of shows, really, they pretty much left us alone to score the shows. We do a spotting session. It's also wall-to-wall music. We only get about 3 days to turn it over, but we don't do playbacks or anything. We spot on a Monday, it dubs on a Friday, so we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday kind of to do it, and that's it. So, and it's usually about, I don't know, 38 minutes, something like that. So yeah, it's a big, heavy workload, but it's really extremely gratifying as a composer because there's so many things you can do and experiment.
You have a gorgeous clip, which is just, which we definitely want to show, and I think it's really interesting because usually I think and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but the typical situation is that the story drives the music, or the music helps move along the story, but I think with this new character, the character that we're going to see, where she's a siren, right? She's like a
well, she's synesthetic. She has a state of synesthesia, which means that you can, you know, taste color, you can see sound, you know, all your senses are kind of merged or swapped. And you know, it's funny that you're saying this because somebody just the other day asked if the writers wrote that character just for us.
Yeah,
because and the actress is deaf, and in most of the scenes, what has ended up being the most useful representation of her power is that she has learned to play the cello, and she sees the sound. She learned to play it by seeing colors, and but yeah, they used, then, you know, this other villain guy comes to use her power to summons these other people with powers. And so the scene you're going to see is her playing the cello in the park. and it's supposed to call Peter to her from across the park. And
I think it's very interesting. It's a perspective where you see, I think that the music is now driving the story, which I find fascinating. And
thank you.
and yeah, absolutely, and it's gorgeous. And after we watch it, I just want to talk about, because I went on YouTube to revisit it, and if you've ever seen the message boards of the people,
I did go on early on,
fans,
yeah.
it's amazing. I mean, what I'm going to get to that after, and then we're going to open it up for questions. I know you guys are burning questions.
Okay. Let's see.
Thank you, Mr. Cameraman. Getting the lights on.